Taurus 18, a woman holding a bag out of the window. On some level, this is very simple. A woman wants food, presumably. This is a shopping bag, and she's setting about dealing with that. Dealing with the mundane issues of life, very, very workaday kind of issues, going shopping when the food's run out for the week. It's very simple stuff. And yet the management of our normal everyday lives, whereas it is simple, is badly attended to, generally speaking. In order to get on top of life, you need to maintain a certain degree of consciousness to make sure that certain foods don't run out. You have to anticipate that certain household repairs get done. You have to deal with that when it happens, that you cut the grass, you paint the living room, and you just deal with the household. It's a big deal. Householder's job is quite a big thing to look after a house. And then, the children and all of that. It's no small thing. The fact that it's popular, everybody does it, does not make it insignificant. It's a very significant activity that most people need to get their teeth into, to understand how to manage life. That's the purpose of it on an esoteric level, I would say. This is a great training for us to understand how to manage the world, the worldly plane. And this is no less a spiritual experience for the realized being than anything else, than prayer or meditation or whatever. Just getting it right in daily terms is what this message is. The Zen teaching is that when you're enlightened, you still get on with chopping wood, you still get on with carrying water. In other words, you look after your household affairs properly. And in fact, one measure of a very advanced person is when you see that they do. I was shocked and like disillusioned thoroughly when I first saw the house of the leader of the Sufi order that I was connected with. It was a mess. It was a total shambles. It was disorganized. There's no way that you could have a clear mind and live in that mess. And how can anyone teach clarity of mind and keep a house like that? I was just drawn into this awareness, intuitive awareness, that the way you manage your life is a real indication of your spiritual station. Now, some people are OCD, as we say, they've got this obsession for getting things exactly right. And that's not it. That's a problem. That's not a solution. No, there's a way of managing your life which is just in the flow of things. It's just, you do what's necessary at the time. You're on top of it all. Nothing moves you into stress. Nothing happens which is something you can't deal with. You can deal with it all as it comes up in correct time. And you don't leave any of it undone. You just deal with what needs to be done as it arises in the appropriate way. And what we're talking about here is a woman who's going shopping because it's time to go shopping. However, she's not going to the shops, is she? She's hanging this empty bag out of the window. That's not how you get your shopping bag full. You need to go to the shops, choose what you want, pay for it, carry it home. That's different. Hanging your empty bag out of the window doesn't do the job. This woman hasn't understood that there's a process involved in dealing with worldly things, a very definite process that all of us have to learn. You have to recognize the need to deal with something. Then you have to work out what tools you need, in this case a shopping bag, and you need to know where to go in order to fulfill that need, and what exchange is necessary, and the burden that you have carrying it forward into the next chapter. These are all unavoidable aspects of living in the material world. And this woman just hasn't quite got it right. On a spiritual level, maybe she has, because the open bag represents openness, emptiness. And Rudhyar suggests that the proper way to understand this symbol is to suggest that the woman is not concerning herself so much with worldly things, but she is concerning herself with spiritual knowledge. And when we approach the spiritual question, we have to empty our minds. We have to have an empty shopping bag, because the prejudices that we have in our mind are serious, they're hidden, they're many, and they're wrong. And we've been trained into this nonsense of thinking by teachers at school, by Sunday school teachers teaching us Christianity, and they teach us that there's right and wrong in the world. Well, there isn't. There is not right and wrong. There's opinions, preferences, there's understandings of what will happen if this occurs, but the idea that there's a judgment that you should not do this under any circumstances is imposed upon us. There are different ways to see this. There's a right and wrong as far as the community is concerned, and you get punished if you do the wrong thing according to them, but we're talking about the spiritual thing. Sometimes it's right to do things which at other times is wrong to do, even up until and including terrible acts which would be called crimes in the normal case, like killing people and worse. There are times when actually that is the right thing to do. Extraordinary situations demand extraordinary things sometimes. Open up to the obvious intuitive truth that what brings us closer to God, what is spiritual, is what brings us closer to God, almost by definition. It's bound to make us joyful and happy and loving and kind, isn't it? Or what kind of God have you got? I mean, if you've got a God that's angry and blameful and telling you off for just being a normal person, if that's your God, well, then, yeah, go ahead and read the Bible. But my God is joyful and happy and loving, and he wants me to have a great time. And if that's not my God, well, I don't want another one. I want that one. I want the God that actually makes me feel good all of the time about being who I am. Now, to have such a God, I need to open my mind to how that can be. New ideas compared to what I was taught, because those ideas just create religious war, competition between religions and things like that, which are clearly wrong. Intuitively, we must understand that that's wrong. And if you haven't got that level of intuition, you've got no way of picking your way through all the tangled confusion of ideas that are given to us. Nobody can work it out logically because it's just illogical. It's nonsense, most of it. So you have to use your intuition to find what is spiritual. And for that to happen, the mind that thinks it knows the truth doesn't allow intuition, doesn't allow wisdom either. The mind that can know the truth is open. So two basic messages here. Life itself, the mundane, ordinary things in life, going shopping, it's a spiritual experience. And we know nothing. And that's a good attitude of mind to hold in every situation. We know nothing. Let's just keep open to what comes to us. We have to get rid of that, just